almal, baie welkom by 'n splinternuwe jaar, 'n splinternuwe seisoen en 'n splinternuwe verslag. En ek is bly om te sê dat ons kom die jaar baie goed af. Voornamlik is ons vergelyk waar ons laas jaar hierdie tyd gestaan het. A hearty welcome to everybody. If it's your first time, I hope you'll enjoy it. And we start off with a total new year, new way of reporting and a new season. And we start with quite a positive season yet as well. You'll see the written report is dramatically changed, and which was on the previous 20 or 30 years. And I'm very keen to hear your opinion on that. I think it's far more accurate, and I think it will give you far better information. We've also incorporated some of that into our report today, so I hope you will enjoy it. It was also quite a special day for us yesterday to truly get House of Fibre on the road as a truly international broker. We offered free catalogs yesterday, Australian catalog and a British catalog, as well as the Cape catalog. We started with, naturally, we always start with the Cape catalog, and that was quite exciting for me. And as you know, we also sell 80% of the Lesotho clip. So of world production, House of Fibre is selling close to 50% of world production. And what a good start it was yesterday for everybody. I think another thing that we picked up on yesterday's sale, except that it was a good demand, was the major difference between RMS and non-RMS. The difference yesterday was the biggest since inception. Over 12% difference. That means 50 Rand a kilo. People, that is a lot of money. And I'm going to invite one of the big Chinese buyers, because they bought quite a lot yesterday, and see if they can't join us on the next meeting on the 1st of March or the 2nd of March after the sale, and hear his opinion on why this big difference is in the market. All right, let's go to the first slide. And you'll see there 195 of the 197 lots were sold. I did sell another lot, so there's only the one lot that wasn't sold. It was really an awful thing. So I don't think I will be able to sell it. But for all practical reasons, we have got 100% clearance. To the next slide. More important, price movement indicators, very similar to what Mohair South Africa was reporting. I think for all of us, I was a bit disappointed. I thought the market went up a little bit more, but adults went up with 2%, kids were up to 2%, and youngers with 5%. That's a 5-6%. I think it was 5.35 or something like that. But all over, a very good demand. Very interesting that there was hardly any strong adults. I know the buyers are looking for strong adults, and the majority of the clip was offered between 50 and 53 microns. It was only a few bales that were stronger than that. If we move to the next slide, to make a comparison with the previous year, you'll see we quote the market sale at 3% up compared to the December sale, but a 28% difference between last year and this time. And that's a very good omen. Last year we were standing at 333.832, and as you know, the average indicator is well over 400 Rand a kilo. Interestingly enough, in our written report, we will the non-RMS indicator is on 400 Rand, and the non-RMS indicator is in the 40s, 440 Rand. Yeah. So quite a big difference. Then we go to the next slide. And this is basically the summary of the wholesale. You remember on our previous reports, we battled to give you the comparison between RMS and non-RMS and age groups. It was very confusing to most of the farmers. And age groups also leave its say it comes from an adult, and then it's actually a young goat. So we've decided, because the price is determined on micron and length, so we've decided to give you the average price per micron, and that's far more accurate. As you can see, I'm not going to go through everything. You'll see it there in front of you, but you'll see the red arrows, downward arrows, was quite a lot in the non-RMS column there on your right-hand side. And on the left-hand side with RMS, it's either unchanged or it went up with the green arrows. There was also lots, but there wasn't, for instance, the 22, 23 micron bracket, there wasn't any mohair like that on yet on the previous sale. The end of the winter season, you can imagine that. So the first summer season, a bit of summer kids, tested with short kids, so it's not really an indicator of where we're going, and we couldn't make a comparison. On the non-RMS lots, there was a one bale, and there you can see, but that went up for a bit. If I go, I can see the image is a bit blurred. If I can just go back on the table, you'll see the big movers there was 30 micron. The RMS lots went up nearly 8%. And also the 34 micron, where the RMS. So that was quite interesting. You'll see the 33 micron, 34 micron, and the 30 micron on the non-RMS also went up a little bit. If we go to the next slide, I hope we'll manage to go to the next slide. Here, there is the exchange. Quite stronger. So if you take that in calculation with a market that went up 3%, so in real terms, the market went actually up with 8%. And I know there's always a lot of farmers asking me, Young, why does the exchange rate only have effect if the rand is weaker, not when it's stronger? Here you can see on yesterday, the rand was stronger, 5% stronger, and the market still went up. So you actually gained there quite a lot. Not much against the Chinese yen, but the euro also substantial, and the British pound also was substantial. If we go to the next slide, you'll see rand traded 5.48% stronger to the dollar as compared to the previous. Rand to a dollar, the US dollar on the previous. Next, the graph. There you can see that mohair is back to $28, $29 a kilo. And there's also a lot of farmers asking me, why don't we sell in dollars if we can quote the dollars? People, firstly, it's against the law. We can't have a sale in South Africa in a foreign currency. But and we can't pay you in dollars because we don't have that currency. And that's also the reason why you can't have a sale. But you're not losing or gaining anything out of it. The buyers know exactly what the currency is doing live. There's a big computer showing them live during the auction what the currency is doing, and they make adaptations to that. And that is also the job of tell the farmers if they are done in because of currency. So please be keep that in mind, that you're not losing any money because you're not selling in a US dollar or any other foreign currency. Then if we move to the next slide, you'll see quite a difference. That means all your FFKs, that means equal or smaller than 25.4 micron, all your FFKs. And this is now a very good example. If you look there at Gareth Kemp of Cathcart, congratulations, Gareth, that was an excellent bale. But that was actually some young goats. It wasn't kids. And that was a top price on our House of Fibre sale. We didn't really have any good summer kids. So, but that bale of young goats, excellent length, be full beer length, character, and selling for 759 or top price. But now we don't mention it that it's a young goat anymore. It is just to be. You can see that was summer kids. If we can just go back to that slide, at 22.23 micron, but it was short summer kids. And then puts livestock from Fort Beaufort in the third place of 711. Then the next batch is the 25 to 27 micron. That's an average of 26 micron. You see there, Gareth Kemp again on the top. His second bale of young goats. Mr. Daniel from Kirkwood, also a young goat bale. And the House of Fibre Bidding, also a young goat bale. Actually got nothing to do with the kids. And they were the top in the F. Then, if we can move to the next slide, I hope we can. If you don't see it, I will read it out to you now. That's 27.5 to 29.4. That means neither a SK at a strong kid or a very fine FFYG. And in the best price there was for a 28 micron from the Breakral Trust from Mohair at 646. Excellent price. You can imagine for a 28 micron, 646, 646. Excellent price, far better than on the previous sale. The House of Fibre Bidding there is in a strong second point position. And then in the third position there, Christo van der Walt from Adelaide, 590. That was also his young goats. Congratulations, Christo. You always have a very good, nice clip. Then the next category is 29.5 to 31.4. That is your FYGs. There, Gareth Kemp again in the first position, doing very well. Our bidding section also in the second position. And then Chris Lowe from Waterfall Livestock from Adelaide, there in the third position. And that was actually his fine adults at 30.2 micron, selling for 570 Rand a kilo. Then if we move to the next slide, 31.5 to 32.4, that's 31 for the 32 micron, the FYG category. House of Fibre Bidding there in the top position at 470. And then Ernest Botha from Pearson, baie geluk Ernest. Ek sien jy is baie chuff daaroor, R450. Dit is vir sy grootbokke mense hierdie wat vir R450 'n kilogram verkoop het. Then also Sean Hobson there from Janssenville. That was, I couldn't see if that was just a stronger young goat or a very fine adult, but also a very nice bale. Then your 32.5 to 34, that means your strong young goats. Richard Hobson there from Pearston, and there again, that bale from Richard is actually his best adults, selling for 451 rand. House of Fibre binning in the second place. I'm so glad that on this new way of reporting that you can see that the binning section is doing very well. It's in most cases in the top three, and that is what we try to achieve in the binning section, that you shouldn't lose any money going into the bins. Then Chris Lowe again there, Waterfall Livestock at Adelaide in the third position, always is also his top adults at 420. Now we come to the real adults, the fine adults, the FHs, Witbos Estates from Somerset East, Antonell, then the top price of 370, Colin Ware, he and Owen Ware farming with him, his son in Grahamstown at 370, and Mr. Peterson from Uitenhage, yet at 350 rand and 20 cents. You can see there, RMS adults, there was nothing selling below 350 rand a kilo. It was all 370 and upwards, 350 and upwards. The only adult mower below 350 was non-RMS mower, and you can see there was a 37 micron bale, also non-RMS at 321% and Stuka at 31.7%. They're usually very neck and neck, but now you can see they've got serious opposition from Soetwoorde. That is very encouraging. The other bigger buyer is Mosenthal from David Nell. They bought 8.5% yesterday, but he told me that he's going to be stronger in the market on the next sale. So hopefully then we have got 4 big buyers of Mohair. You can see there New England was just buying here and there the top bales. Kodaker bought a usual 3-4%, and yet so that everybody was bringing their in the sale itself. Then to the last post, just thank you to everybody, and I know this was a shortened discussion, but I also received here 1 or 2 complaints that everything is on the board, so it's not necessary to repeat everything, and they basically just want a good summary of what happened. I can tell you that the Australian clip also sold very well prices, especially RMS lots in Australia, virtually the same as the Cape. The British clip a little bit less because the whole clip is not RMS yet. The whole clip was actually non-RMS, so they struggled a little bit more. They're more or less unchanged to the previous sale. So hopefully we will. Oh yeah, Sandile also asked me. We are a bit pressured. The next sale is a bit bigger, and we're actually busy with a third sale already. That is closing on Monday, and a lot of Mohair arrived yesterday, so they are already busy there. So he couldn't do the translating for me, but he will be back, and hopefully we will get one of the big Chinese buyers on the discussion on the 2nd of March. So from me, God bless and everything the best. We've started well. I'm sure that we're going to continue on a very good level this season. Goodbye.